I like recess. I love recess, and I love to run around and play.
In many ways, Lily Blair is your typical 5-year-old kindergartner.
5 plus 5 is 10.
Good job.
I can with my fingers.
That's okay.
Her family says her personality is amazing.
Yes! Give me 5. Yes!
If you happen to recognize Lily, you're not alone. Yes, she's the same little girl in this wildly viral video. While it was taken several months ago, Lily remembers it like it was yesterday.
Yes. Tootie tot.
The woman behind the camera, laughing at all of this personality on display, Lily's grandmother, Marty Blair.
It's always a good idea to have your cell phone out and ready with her because you never know what she's going to do.
Okay. Old town rats and I can't know. My nose is in my bag.
Blair took Lily's preschool graduation video and posted it as private on Facebook. However, she changed her page's privacy settings this one time.
But a friend of mine who lives in Destin, Florida, had asked that I make it public so she can share it with her mom.
That's when everything changed.
And next thing I know, we're at 12 million views that night. The next morning, I forget how many, 30 million. We went to a wedding the next day. People were recognizing her at the wedding.
And then around the world.
From the Ukraine, South Africa, Australia, Scotland. I actually panicked and pulled the video down.
But it was too late. It's now nearly impossible to track down how many times Lily's singing and dancing has been shared and seen. And with viral videos comes comments.
You have a tendency to take it a little personally when it's your 5-year-old baby.
While most comments were positive, some were rude.
They likened her to a pole dancer. Wow. A future pole dancer. My husband actually commented.
Other comments were downright scary. Lily's grandfather told the I-Team at one point someone who'd seen that video was able to find their address and send a gift to their home, making them realize just how vulnerable they were.
So it scared me. I mean, I absolutely panicked.
Whether it's during a sporting event or simply at home, many parents and grandparents take video of their children and grandchildren and then put that video on social media. Experts say, beware.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, especially given that online there's this level of distance and anonymity that we can have.
Dayton children's psychologist Dr. Christine Abule spends the majority of her time working with 5 to 18-year-olds. She stressed to the I-Team the importance of children and teens being allowed to express themselves without ridicule.
Privacy is pretty important for us in being able to sort of kind of experiment, right? Self-explore. So it tends to be important in our development of who we are as a person.
Alexa, play Old Town Road.
There's no doubt Lily is given that freedom.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse through the Old Town Road.
And when the I-Team met Lily, she appeared to show no signs of the fame, positive or negative, affecting her.
I got the horses in the bag.
However, Dr. Abule says social media still is relatively new and evolving. And just because something does not affect a child today does not mean it may not impact them in the years to come.
It's tricky to say what that might mean to her, though, going forward, right? In this day and age, especially as you think for teenagers, young adults, their social media presence kind of starts to become part of their identity, right?
This is also why Marty Blair is now extra careful when it comes to videos she posts online. Lily's viral video may have changed her perspective forever.
So I would never recommend doing it.
Despite their experience,
Because it's my favorite thing.
this family is relieved it seems Lily just keeps being Lily.
And I got real life fairs.
For the I-Team, Adam Marshall. News Center 7.
GPS technology
Head northwest toward River Park Drive.
has undoubtedly helped when it comes to advanced warning of severe weather.
I have your guys' app on my phone. That's how I know.
But has it caused us to lose touch with basic geography? If you look at one University of Alabama study, it appears they do. Most people participating could not find the county they live in on a map. They had no situational awareness.
Who owns a map anymore? We rely on our GPSs, we rely on our Google Maps on our cell phones.
Is that true for you and for most of us? Are we making ourselves vulnerable during severe weather?
We've had the ultimate wake-up call in the Dayton area. It's time to pay attention.
Since flood, severe thunderstorm, and tornado watches are issued by county, not cities, knowing where you are on a map is very important to staying safe. So I hit the streets with a county map in hand to see if people actually knew where they were. I pulled out my gear, marker in hand, and one question in mind. Do you know where you are?
Yes.
Sits in what county?
In Montgomery County.
I believe Montgomery.
Montgomery.
At first I felt relieved, but I dug deeper, and what I heard next was alarming. If you were to look at a map of the state of Ohio, would you be able to pick out where Montgomery County is?
No. I probably wouldn't.
Monica wasn't the only one.
I'll try, but I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't.
Maybe in a general area.
A few were more confident.
I think I could.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
So I put them to the test.
Like right here.
It's right here.
This?
Here?
It was right here.
Here?
Close.
I asked 9 people to pick out their home county on a map of Ohio, and only 2 got it right.
Oh, wow. So I really need to study the map to find out where Montgomery County is.
Now imagine you're out of town and unfamiliar with the area you're in. That's even more dangerous.
But when you're on vacation or on a business trip, you might not necessarily know what to look for to reach a safe place.
That's exactly what happened to this family as they were driving south on I-75 through Dayton on Memorial Day. They were completely unaware a catastrophic EF4 tornado was in their path.
I don't know how all we walked away with was scrapes and bruises.
This piece of steel pierced their SUV.
It was literally that far from puncturing through her rear seat where she was sitting.
Inches away from killing their daughter inside.
I think we pay attention to the wrong things in so many instances. What our technology is showing us rather than what our environment is teaching us.
In Ohio, I'm paying a lot of attention, but in West Virginia, no.
Most people I spoke with told me they use the WHIO weather app when they're away from home.
I look at your weather app every morning.
But what if you did not have your smartphone with GPS location?
Well, if I don't have your guys' alert thing on my phone, I turn the TV on.
And that's where I come in. With Live Doppler 7 radar, I can pinpoint storms down to your neighborhood, even your street.
I would know if you said it was in Kettering. I would understand if you said it was in Miamisburg.
But you may not always be near a television, have a smartphone in hand, or a radio to listen to. You could have no power at all. You need situational awareness.
Situational awareness is critical.
I know to pay attention to the sirens.
I go by the Doppler radar.
Plus, I watch you in the mornings.
And that means always having access to knowing where you are.
So, who exactly is Rick Morton, a.k.a. Mr. Wheeler?
I'm always that half-glass full guy.
He is 60 years old.
Good evening, folks.
But says he feels more like 30 because he says his lower body has not taken the pounding. Interesting, coming from a man who has not walked in almost 25 years.
I do my little weeble wobble because the weeble wobbles, we wobble where you don't fall down, so, you know.
Always the optimist.
Just go with it.
If you have not already noticed,
have a good time tonight, folks.
Rick is a talker.
All right, you got his Dodger dogs and his beer, right? Gotcha.
In his line of work, volunteering,
it's some cool stuff.
You gotta have the gift to gab.
Ah, you're back again, I see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this is our hangout.
Oh, yeah, I hear ya. So where you want to go tonight? You want to go back over there?
We want to go over there.
Okay.
Tonight.
You want a padded seat to sit into? Got your own seat. Good job. All righty.
To understand Rick's life journey, in his early 30s, he was 6 foot 2 inches tall, had curly hair, always wore it down over the back of his neck. Then came that bag of charcoal. He lifted it, hurt a disc in his back, and then in surgery, the disc exploded into his spine, and he never walked again.
Life goes on. If you don't, you give up, you're dead. You're done. And I wasn't going to do that.
Paralyzed from his waist down, Rick worked hard to regain his upper body strength. Eventually, he went back to work at his old job at DHL in Wilmington.
I love my company. I was there for over 28 years.
But when DHL left Wilmington in 2009, Rick lost his job.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing tonight?
And Rick said it was a struggle for a guy in his 50s in a wheelchair just to get a job interview. Then in 2013,
Kettering gave me that fresh breath of life.
He joined a group of about 1,100 people who volunteered their time with the city of Kettering.
I just wanted to prove to myself that I could do what I had to do.
What his legs could not do, his never-met-a-stranger mentality and charm would more than make up for it.
He's always so pleasant. I mean, is he like that all day? He's very nice.
With Rick's love of music, listen to what he said when we asked if he would ever sing for the folks here at the Phrase.
Heavens no. I have never even karaoke'd before.
Nevertheless, it was obvious he and the Phrase were a perfect fit.
Have a good evening tonight, folks. Just a little bit of country. I'm still not a big country fan, but the country people, I like the way they party.
Rick has volunteered more than 1,600 hours here at the Phrase and the Kettering Connection, which is a center for seniors at the Town and Country Shopping Center.
The music gets a little too loud. We do have the earplugs for guest services for the little guy also, okay?
As much as Rick likes to talk.
Got the good old Lawn Lizard t-shirts on tonight. All right. Have a good one, folks.
He did not talk much about the fact he received the 2019 Mayor's Award for Volunteer Service.
Lady in purple, my favorite color. I got you.
Says something about a person's character when they are so quick to want to talk to somebody else and help them.
I'm just rolling along so life doesn't pass me by, and I'm doing the best I can do. And that's the way it goes. How close are you?
In Kettering.
Have a good one.
James Brown, News Center 7.
A lot of lights.
That is an understatement. As the cold winter day turns to night, lights shine bright. It all started.
So back when I was 12, loved lights.
Alex went to his dad.
Like, Dad, can we put stuff in the yard?
And after that first Christmas,
kept putting more lights out.
Their front yard is here where Riverside Drive literally turns into Broadway. There was no turning back.
All night long putting out lights. Never thought it would ever get this big.
A few thousand lights here.
And about 4,500 lights per tree.
A few thousand more there.
We buy more every year.
Dashing through the snow.
But Alex's best guess is
In a one-horse open sleigh.
He and his pops have about 700 different displays.
I loved it when I was a kid. It's just like being, a kid again.
Alex is now 26.
It keeps my childhood going.
And speaking of children,
I like that reindeer.
4-year-old Amaya
Ho, ho, ho.
is in awe with pretty much everything.
Candy canes.
Can we eat those candy canes?
No, we're at the raisins.
But her favorite of all,
Minnie Mouse.
Amaya is lucky. She lives right here in Piqua.
Right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
What is that?
A penguin.
A penguin. Nice job.
Word traveled fast
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle.
about her hometown light show. People come
from other states. We get people from Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, Michigan.
And what might their fascination be?
I think they're just amazed at how many lights are actually fit in the yard.
Alex is so obsessed with this grand display, he even uses rebar and a torch to make his own one-of-a-kind Christmas displays, like this one for his girlfriend at the time.
Had to make her a penguin because she loves penguins and had to do it.
And 5 years ago, that girlfriend became his wife.
It kind of brings more of a Christmas spirit and everything back.
As much joy as the Smiths get from this, really, it has become so much more.
And it brings holiday cheer to everybody.
We see buses of residents from nursing homes come past, and that really makes our day, and that's why we do it.
The Smiths' Christmas spirit is making a difference.
I just hope they enjoy it.
A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride.
And their love for lights is here for all to see.
I mean, this is your little corner of the world in Piqua.
Yeah.
Is there a better place to be found?
In my eyes, no.
And you know who's to argue, especially when you can see their holiday tradition from easily at least a mile away.